have just over a week to push their respective campaigns as they contest the 11 seats in the upcoming general elections. Following Sunday's formal announcement of a date for the general elections by Prime Minister Dr. The Honorable Timothy Harris, the political leader of the St. Kitts Nevis Labour Party, Dr. Terence Drew, has made a call for free and fair elections in St. Kitts and Nevis. Dr. Drew made the call during a national address on Monday.
We call on Mr. Elvin Bailey, the Supervisor of Elections, the Honorable Vincent Byron, Attorney General, and the Electoral Commission to ensure that the business of the electoral office is conducted in accordance with the principles of impartiality and fairness and in full compliance with the laws and procedures of St. Kitts and Nevis. We call on every citizen and resident, every patriot to join us in this fight. We call on our civil servants working in our electoral office and our police and defense force to take a stand for what is right and fair and not to allow themselves to be compromised and coerced into improper and illegal conduct. We must demand that international election observers, CARICOM, Commonwealth, and the OAS be invited in to observe our elections.
Referring to Election Day on August 5th as Liberation Day, Dr. Drew encouraged the public to go out and vote.
Our liberation moment is near, but it will require each of us, every comrade and every patriot of our beloved country, to take a stand in the fight for the very soul of our country. You have the power to bring about the change you seek, need, and desire, to transform our federation into one of the best places to live, work, and retire. Never forget your power. Brothers and sisters, your vote is powerful. Every vote represents a vote for those who deserve proper health care, those who deserve affordable homes, those who deserve social support, and those who deserve assistance in furthering their education. Every vote counts. Your vote counts.
Dr. Drew told listeners that the St. Kitts Nevis Labour Party, in pursuit of its motto, "For the good that we can do," will always be the people's voice in Parliament and will pursue one vision with a truly unified and dynamic team in Cabinet. St. Kitts and Nevis National Tikoya Gilbert has joined a 15-member youth group representing the Federation as part of the United States Agency for International Development, USAID, Eastern and Southern Caribbean's Youth Council. In a press release issued by the United States Embassy in Barbados, the embassy stated that the Youth Council will collaborate with USAID and local partners by sharing their experiences on some of the most pressing issues that affect young people. The Youth Council will also participate in USAID-wide events and will benefit from capacity building initiatives so that they can become better leaders for their communities and stronger advocates on youth issues to governments and key stakeholders across the region. Members of the Youth Council will serve for 1 year. The group is comprised of underrepresented individuals from local communities and civil societies, including women, non-majority and indigenous communities, and other voices with less access to decision makers. The other Youth Council representatives hail from Antigua and Barbuda, the Bahamas, Barbados, Dominica, Grenada, Guyana, St. Lucia, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Suriname, and Trinidad and Tobago. There will also be representation from the Caribbean Youth Environment Network, the CARICOM Youth Ambassador Corps, youth detention facilities, and other regional youth organizations. After the break, Ross University hosts Community Clinic, and the Rotary Club of Liamiga condemns environmental vandalism along the Newtown Bay Road. Stay with us.
Elevate your experience with Flow's fiber-fast internet and mobile combined. Enjoy double data and unlimited talk on 4 mobile lines, plus up to 35 megabits per second home internet speed at the best rate, giving you the best value to stay connected. I think our Flow mobile is elevated.
You think?
An elevated experience starts with Flow at home, powering double data and unlimited talk on 4 mobile lines at the best rate. Visit a Flow store to sign up today.
When my mom was a child, my grandma was only able to provide just what they needed. When my mom got older, she was then able to provide what they needed and some. But now, with FlexPay, I am able to get everything we need and lots more with cashback.
Wow, Mom, I hope this never ends.
For the last 25 years, SN Hospice Company Limited has given customers millions in cashback for free groceries with every hire purchase in their never-ending cashback.
Welcome back. The Ross University School of Veterinary Medicine hosted an animal community outreach clinic over the weekend for dogs and cats. Dr. Ricardo Pike, a veterinarian assisting with the project, gave an overview of the event.
Today we are doing a community outreach project to assist the community because we understand it's difficult times, and so this is our way of reaching out and giving back to the community to ensure that animals are properly cared for, their well-being remain intact, the food, we give education about feeding, flea and tick preventatives, basic diagnosis we do a blood work, all of this to ensure that the animal remains in its best care as possible. So all that we're trying to do is to reach out to the public, empower the public, care better for the animals during this time. So that's what.
Meanwhile, Dr. Andrea Pida, a veterinarian at the university, spoke of the benefits such clinics bring and the feedback they've received.
And lots and lots of raw students, and it's a great service learning opportunity for the students. They're getting to provide services to the community animals, so they're benefiting them because they're learning, and we're also benefiting the community, not only the pets but also the owners. Our goal here is to basically build these relationships between pet owners and their pets, build that human-animal bond, and be able to provide as much assistance to the community as we can. Well, so far it seems like a very good community response. We're having positive feedback. People are very appreciative, I think, of the service that we're providing, because it's free, it's easily accessible, and we're giving information that's going to help them and their pet to kind of have a healthier life together. So far, everyone's been really, really well received for this.
Services offered included physical exams, deworming, vaccination, flea, tick and heartworm prevention medication. Blood tests were also done to rule out heartworm and tickworm diseases. Dr. Peters said that animals should keep receiving preventative care, as the healthier they are, the better it will be for the owner and the animal. Heartworm and other medication should be administered monthly. She said persons should keep listening for when such activities will take place, which is usually once every 4 months. The Rotary Club of Layamiga has condemned the act of environmental vandalism along the Newtown Bay Road Boulevard. In a press release issued on Sunday, the club stated that they have recently noted the painting of some areas of the seawall and the palm trees. It also stated that this act of vandalism is not acceptable and should not be acceptable by any member of our community. The release also stated that the club takes great pride in protecting and preserving our natural environment and have adopted the area. The club has asked that persons desist from this behavior and encouraged everyone to appreciate the importance of the need to protect and preserve our environment, as damage to these spaces should never be tolerated. The Rotary Club of Layamiga also called on the relevant authorities to investigate this matter with a view to holding those responsible accountable and seek immediate redress. Coming up in regional news, police protests in Trinidad and Tobago. The details when we come back.